G'day viewers and welcome back to a brand new series of Blokesworld. And this time we find ourselves in Thailand. And if you saw the last series, we were only home for about 5 days. We've been in Las Vegas eating the worst food on the planet. So we are so excited to come here, eat great food, lose weight and ride dirt bikes. We've been invited by the great crew at Enduro Tours Thailand. We're in Chiang Mai. We're going to go up for a ride near the Burma border. You're going to meet all the guys soon. It's like the UN of dirt bikes. We've got England, we've got Austria, we've got Victoria, New South Wales, Northern Territory and a couple of Queenslanders. This is exactly what you're going to see on tonight's episode. Hope you enjoy it.
So all our trips start and finish in Chiang Mai. So we'll always do about 50, 60 Ks out just to get the feel, and everyone can get the feel of the bike. And then we can pull over if we need to and do any adjustments, because everyone's different size, levers, all that sort of stuff.
That's gold.
Have a drink before we get anywhere into the bush.
We had about 30, 40 kilometres of traffic, and a couple of moments there it was a bit sketchy. Old Ado had his left blinker on, I think, for about 65 kilometres, and that was quite scary to ride behind him at times. You didn't know if he was turning left or right or where he was going. The traffic was going left, he was going right, his blinker was going left. I didn't know what he was doing. Anyway, we managed to get out of the main drag, the main city, and without any problems. Then we basically hit some really nice twisties for, I don't know, maybe about 10 kilometres. And that was really exciting. There was a lot of cool turns, and I was hanging the knee out a little bit and going around the turns as quick as I could on the little Hondas. They handled really well on the road, and it's all really exciting to get around those twisties as quick as you can.
I couldn't imagine that this would be so much fun, you know. You just were cruising with your bikes and it was awesome. The tarmac was new and the grip was awesome. Then we came by an elephant camp or something, and we just stopped there and went in to see some elephants, and it was the first time for me seeing them. Then we went on and we came to, it was completely new and it was out of tarmac the whole time, and like big tarmac plate. We got comfortable on the bikes, you know. It was at first it was a little bit sketchy and a little bit more weight, but I got really comfortable on the bikes, and it was just ripping down the streets. And from that on, we went through a river, and from that moment on, we just went through deepest jungle and on. We found some pretty good trails.
And I'm like, oh, and I was like, oh.
Sketchy.
Well, there's crazy, there's just a bloke crazy, and then there's the rest of us. There's some gun riders here, man.
Well, you know, I see these guys, you know, Chris and Leon, and I'm thinking, wow, these guys are pro riders. I'm just going to sit at the back, you know. Russie's tail end Charlie. He's buzzing around my back wheel like a fly. And I'm thinking, I've got to get away. So I sort of managed to get past Ado. And then I slow down a bit, and I'm thinking, what's that I can hear? It sounds like an accordion. So I'm riding along, and I'm thinking, I don't know, is it something wrong with my bike? So I pull up, and then Ado pulls up alongside me, wheezing, and I realised it was Ado. Class stuff.
Yeah, well, so that was section 1 done, and it's right about now that I wish we were eating salads in America, not Denny's and chicken fried steak and that bloody blob thing, because the blob is definitely taking its toll. It's still inside my stomach, I can feel it. Anyway, we're out there and having a ball, and it's like a riding school, you know, and before we started riding, I had a scholarship to go to the Chris Rourke School of Enduro, and I was going to get taught, and apparently he's told me I have to go back to grade 10. I'm not fit enough to go to his university. So it's a lot of hard work out there. We're slipping and sliding, and once you get inside the jungle, the temperature just drops. You know, you're just riding in the shade, and it's beautiful. Rain ruts everywhere. But I'm telling you right now, my bike is awesome. I just wish I was fitter. But man, it's awesome. If you're sitting at home watching this, get your mates, go online, hook up Dave, look for him, and make sure you do this because it is amazing. Come on, you're Australian. We all love Thai food, so you get to ride your dirt bike and eat awesome food every half an hour. And, you know, a meal here costs about the same as a Snickers bar back home. It's ripping.
Stick around, viewers, for more Blokesworld in Thailand after this. Welcome back to Blokesworld in northern Thailand. It's day 1 of 5 right now, and you're going to ride with Leon, the Austrian, as the boys head up the hill to get some lunch.
สวัสดีครับคุณครูแสนสวยคนที่อยากจะช่วยคุณครูยกของผู้ถือเดินมาต้องมาใบก่ายกองผมก็มองแล้วก็นึกเห็นใจ
คุณครูครับเพื่อนหนูเขาอยาก
David Rock here, our guide. How's it going? Fucking beautiful in here. Right, I like it, I love it.
Well, viewers, it's time for Schnitty of the Week, but it's not Schnitty today, it is...
Noodle soup. That's what the fast blokes eat. Well, I led the pack the whole way. I'm on fire today, 5th gear flat out. We've decided to come and have some lunch. And as you can see behind me, we've got the beautiful Kate over there. Now, she runs Enduro Tours Thailand, and she's an absolute legend. On our first day, she took us shopping, make sure that we wouldn't get ripped off. An absolute awesome chick. And now we're on the tour. She's basically taking us to all the best places to eat. We're at a noodle bar right now. There you go. Enduro Tours Thailand, run by a woman, hey? I don't wear this for a joke, viewers.
So viewers out here in the boonies, they've got these unattended fuel pumps. It's kind of like an ATM, gives you petrol. What's going on?
Well, we're going to fill up here with the 100 baht bill in the machine, and then just fill up the tank ourselves.
Yeah, so after lunch, we had a beautiful couple of bowls of noodles. Actually, Camera 3 and I doubled up and had 2 bowls each.
Well, viewers, a few of these guys reckon Ada's not the best rider, definitely the best eater.
And the fastest eater. I'm fast at eating. It was awesome, and then we were back on the gas, and we were back on the black stuff for a while, and then we took back off into the bush and did some awesome trails, single trails and little bridges. It was all up and down. I didn't realise how hilly this country is.
No, it was actually quite fun. Even when we lost all the other riders, because Chris and I, we were going back up the mountain, and yeah, always seeking for those lines, and maybe we could do a shortcut, and there, so we are just like thinking on the same wave, you know, because it's all on. Let's get a new trail, get a nice trail, just get off the road or something. It's just heating up your rotors with those bikes. Yeah, but it was actually fun, and it was a pretty nice day. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Leon are a little bit quicker and a little bit more excited to go to twist the shuttle a bit, so we let out the front a few times, probably 3 or 4 times, and just waited for the guys and had a bit of a play around and found a little bit of single track while we're waiting for the guys, which was really exciting. It's a little bit like Romania and the stuff that we do, hard enduro. It was really fun.
It's good, huh?
There was another one to the left too.
Yeah, I saw it too, yeah.
Maybe we'll try that one. Oh, a bit of a jump down the log there. Oh, she's gone down. It got stuck.
Chris is on the ground.
Leon 1, Chris 0.
Yeah, so we went up the, I can't remember the name of the temple we went to, but it's a fairly cool looking bit of gear up high. It's really high, and I can't say any more about it, but it's just a high temple.
So there's this massive set of stairs here to get up to the top.
I just did a quick prayer, and you can give a message to Buddha.
What was your prayer?
Any chance you can make one of your temples at ground floor? I'm a dead set.
Well, viewers, that's enough sightseeing, because this is Blokesworld. We'll be back on the gas after the break.
Now tell us where we are now. What's the name of this town?
Majam.
Majam,
So
and we're in a homestay.
Homestay.
Hey, what a great little setup,
Look around
eh?
us, we've got the house and the coffee shop there, and we've got a dormitory, tents. Yeah, all
They got
sorts of
dogs
stuff.
we can play with, that's awesome.
Yeah, well, the last 35 Ks, it was just heaps of downhill twist. Sort of the thing you want to be doing on a nice little R6 or 600cc road bike, or maybe even the little 300cc road bikes they got going now. Me and Leon were melting the brakes, so to speak. They were boiling, and we were riding without brakes for probably a good half of it.
At first we were going like chill out and just cruising around those twisty roads, but I got more excited, of course, and then I want to push the limits, but yeah, not actually push the limits, because that would be not good on those tarmac roads with those tires.
There's 6 of us riding, and it's funny because we've got 2 A-grade riders, 2 B-grade riders, and 2 C-grade riders. And the 2 A-grade riders today, we said, oh, we're going to the waterfall. And so what do? They pass the turn-off at about 150 Ks an hour.
Well, actually, viewers, once we got home and looked at the footage, turns out Chris and Leon were just stopping for the occasional bush bash as well.
And you know, I tried to explain to Dave when he's going, what should we do? Should we hang and stay here and wait for him? And I said to him, mate, we're not the Marines. We will leave a man behind. And that's exactly what we did. Grabbed Camo 3. Camo 3 was driving the Hilux. He was taking that Hilux. I never thought you were going to come out of that zone. That was fun. And yeah, we were just playing in the dirt, doing some slow-mo stuff, coming up the hills, riding some really nice rocky stuff. Man, absolutely awesome. Got to fly the drone over this valley, see some buffaloes. Man, it was awesome.
2 young blokes decided they were going to play race boys and got lost. They missed their turn-off. We waited for an hour up at the turn-off, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. They finally come back, but yeah, it was all good. They come down, did a bit more riding, and down in there in the dirt we had found down there, some nice little hills and bumps. And then had a really cool ride back with the windy corners again.
Yeah, Ado and the blinkers. He's done some training on the mountain, and on the way down he's doing lefts, he's doing rights, he's got the hazards going.
What he's actually doing now, you know? He just showed us every turn, and it was nice, Ado, thanks. What would he do without you?
He's going around a pretty sharp corner, and next minute there's a big black Land Cruiser coming around the other way. He failed to indicate, basically didn't give me much room to stop, and I've done a bit of a bang into the backside.
I got it again!
Yeah, Tim. Who's Tim? Me and Leon we had a bit of speed going, and then my brake started fading, and Leon caught up, and then he went and tried to chase him down, and
I was like, you know, I got back into town. I looked at the clock, it was 4:38, and I thought I'll stop at the gas station. And I waited 4 minutes, and then I ran out of patience. And thought, F it, I'll go and get a beer.
Well, that's all we've got time for, but make sure you catch next week's episode. G'day, viewers, and welcome to Blokesworld in Thailand, our 5-day dirt bike adventure from the city of Chiang Mai to right up north near the Burmese border. Today is day number 2 of 5 and the guys are getting ready to saddle up and hit some pretty scary trails between the towns of Mae Chem and Mae Hong Song. So crack yourself a Leo or a Chang and enjoy. This is Blokesworld. Well, viewers, we're heading way out into the bush today, so I've got my spiker gear ready to go full tactical at a moment's notice.
We're on day 2, so we'll be after breakfast in Mae Jam at our homestay. We'll head about 100 k's inland and we'll do about 100 k's of trails to our lunch stop, about midway in between Mae Hong Song. So we're going from Mae Jam to Mae Hong Song, which is, you can do all sorts of loops and you might do 200 to 250 k's, depending on ability of riders, beginners, intermediates and all that sort of stuff. So if we don't get any flat tyres, we'll extend the ride a bit longer. But all the riding and the trails are pretty much a beginner to intermediate. There's nothing hard today, just all four-wheel drive trails. So a bit of traffic, scooters and so forth.
So we had a pretty good sleep at our homestay on the last location. When we got up in the morning, had some fine breakfast. It was actually pretty good. Some eggs and vegetables and everything. They really know how to cook out of propane tanks there, because they don't need any more, I guess. But yeah, we were heading the roads at about 8:30 or 9, I don't know exactly. Yeah. So we went on there, and first of all, we just went to a little wobbly bridge.
I've ridden a lot worse than that. I bet you they rode across it before this bridge was here.
The boys walked across it and they were struggling, and Chris was actually going, I'm riding across this. And we said, no, a bit early. Day 2, we don't want to, do anything stupid.
No, I don't think so.
And it turned out at the same time I was just up the river in the support vehicle having a look at an even dodgier bridge. So viewers, Kate's just brought me to this amazing place. There's a farm on the other side of the river from the main road. And so they've built themselves this bridge. It's a suspension bridge, and she's a bit dodgy. But she was saying that they grow corn over here, they load up motorbikes, ride it across this bridge to the main road, trucks pick it up, take it into town.
So we went and rode this sand section, and David had us leave in like intervals because it was so powdery. You just couldn't see anything. And the 2A grade guys went, Mr. and Mrs. Erzberg. They went first, and they were just ripping it up.
Me and Leon took off out in front. I took off first and broke away for a little bit. Yeah, it was really dusty.
Oh, there's some ruts. Get on the pegs.
Yeah, that was exciting. It was pretty slippery. There was not much traction there, and the back flicking out a little bit, and
oh, there goes the front.
The front sliding in and out, and a little bit out of control in a few sections here and there, and then
Chris was in front of me, and I tried to keep up with him. Yeah, it was not possible at all. First of all, he's a fast rider, and second, it was all over dusty, and at one moment I just had to pull over to a full stop because I couldn't see my hands in front of me.
Man, you're a dust machine. Couldn't keep up. Had to back off. Later on, I stopped and waited for Leon to come past and let Leon go in front.
Here we go, we got Leon, Strasser, Mr. Austria. See if we can keep up with him without getting too dusted out.
We were both going hell for leather, that's for sure, and having a great time. We were laughing and giggling and
it's getting loose
and all sorts of things, and we could hear each other laughing, so it was pretty cool. We come flying down one big straight, and both of us just completely missed the turn. It was a hairpin 90-degree turn right back on itself. Both of us just clean went straight, and the turn went 180 backwards. And so we were laughing and carrying on a little bit, and turned around and got going again. And then Leon in front again, and me behind.
Be careful not to crash into each other here.
We were going down this one little downhill section, and I could see Leon on the brakes hard and losing traction, and I started hitting the brakes real hard, and I couldn't see much, And so I got a bit worried, and then I started locking up the wheels, and I thought I was going to hit Leon, so I went off to the right. A bit of a panic, and just threw it out and threw it into the bushes and tried to look after myself. There's a gnarly big stump there, I only just missed by millimetres, so I was pretty lucky just to come out with a couple of bumps and maybe some light bruising tomorrow. We'll see.
He's all right, that was the main thing. Leon was trying to see what was going on. I think he just got caught up in all the dust.
And viewers, that's just round one of the Chris Warwick story. We'll be back with more of his thrills and spills after the break. G'day viewers, and welcome back to Blokesworld in Thailand. We've called this episode the Chris Warwick story because today, on day 2 of the ride, it's like he's on a mission to make things as interesting as he can. He's already given us this classic stack into the bushes, so stay tuned to see if he makes it to day 3, and let's see what other damage he can do.
That was really fun.
Yeah, it actually was.
I rocked up and you're down there somewhere.
Yeah, right down
That hole is mine.
So you're now on a bit of Thailand.
We then took off on some more of the same track, probably a good 30 minutes or so, maybe an hour. It was still a fair way, to go. So we got back on the horses and pedaled to the metal.
Yeah, did some faster roads, and I was first again. Chris was behind me, but leaving a little bit of space because of all the dust, and it's you don't have to risk it every time.
So whenever I get some trails that I know what's ahead, I can send the faster guys off and tell them, there's a few Ks of ride and go and have some fun, and just take it easy and stick to your left and look out for your blind corners.
Me and Leon were out again in front, and Leon was quite a bit. I let him go because it was quite dusty in that section, so let him go for a little bit. I could still see him on the odd corner, so we were good. He was safe, I was going all right.
Off-road.
And I just went past a big blue Hilux, and it was right timing for me because there were a lot of going downs and upwards, so you just couldn't, you didn't have the visibility at all to catch all those cars or scooters coming at your way. And I was quite lucky going next to him, so I went past it.
I did a sharp right and then sharp left, and I was going reasonably quick, and I had a bit of a moment, that's for sure. I was on the left side of the track, but it's quite a narrow four-wheel drive track, and it's a sharp left-hand corner, so naturally I was drifting into the middle, and old mate didn't see me.
Hazards on for safety.
I hit that car.
For real?
Yeah.
You didn't see him?
No.
I stopped about 5 metres down, and I look back and I give him a bit of a wave and a bit of a thumbs up, and he gave me a bit of a wave, so...
It was all good, the Hilux driver didn't even care, but actually Chris bent his brake lever all the way to the side. Yeah, we had a little bit of maintenance on the bikes.
G'day viewers, things are about to get real. We are on with Australia's hottest cameraman. Check him out, ladies. Look at that. He'll shut down Tinder in a minute.
And right in front of a little village, we found those, I don't know how to call it, step-ups. It was actually a step-up because it was almost 90 degrees, I guess. I thought, that actually could be possible, and Chris crashed already today and hit a car, so let's go for it. Let's just go for it. And I was quite lucky to hit the right spot and the right lanes, and I got up there on first try, but almost, just jumped up. It was like a little bit of a jump up and step up, and you would hit the top of the step up. So I turned around and went back down, and everyone Yeah, Chris, of course. Chris will go for that. You know, we're kind of seeking these technical sections and just pushing each other and great riding when you have a rider next to you which is as fast as you or even faster, and you try to keep up with them and everything. And
I looked at it and I thought, oh yeah, that might be pretty cool. Bit of a step to do on these little Honda 250s. You know, they're a bit of a handful, low on power and so forth, low to the ground and very heavy. So, but me and Leon, we're always looking for something technical. So I was pretty keen to have a go. Turned around, had a go, didn't quite make it over the top, and pretty much just did a back flop straight back 2 meters down onto the gravel, and the bike did a bit of a 180 and that dived into the ground and not into me, luckily. And yeah, that was pretty exciting. The locals were really excited about that, so I was glad someone was impressed.
It's all happening. Chris crashes, Chris hits the car. It's action-packed in Thailand.
It sure is Chris Warwick, pro enduro rider. We'll be back with more of that sweet action after this. G'day viewers and welcome back to Blokesworld, Thailand. We're taking a break from the riding right now because we found these awesome downhill billy carts in the village of Mon Jem, just outside of Chiang Mai.
Well, we're not happy with the amount of injuries we've got, so we've decided to come and ride some of these go-karts and check them out. They're billy carts built out of, I guess, all the timber they're not using in the village. They're a bit ghetto, but so's this TV show, so we're a bit excited about this.
then we went up the hill, and Ado saw an arrow shooting range, you know, and you gotta shoot those crossbows, and he was just like, went off, and you didn't see him. Where's Ado?
This old fella had a crossbow there with 2 little plates on the back wall, and if you hit an arrow into the plate, you get a free beer. I mean, Thailand, responsible service of alcohol or what? Give you a crossbow, and if you're good at it, we'll give you a beer. I love it. It's fantastic. So yeah, we did that, and then our billy carts are ready.
Well viewers, you might have noticed on Blokesworld we're always pushing the boundaries of where we can mount cameras. So we've got a new one, let me show you.
Sergeant Arthur Donga.
Cam.
So they all get towed up by a pickup truck. They must tow about 6 of them or so forth, and you hop in the truck and go up the top. Me and Kate jumped into one, and the boys, everyone else had a single cart.
Kate from Enduro Tours Thailand has not done one thing that we've done all tour. And today we talked her in to getting into the cart, which now she will never listen to us again for the rest of her life.
The piece up here on top of the mountain, it's about to turn into carnage. Timber and rubber, a little bit of metal, that's all we got. Check this wheel out, check this.
You could probably call them a billy cart type of thing. Really ratty and tatty. They're like hand built. They're just bits of timber and a couple of old bits of steel and old sprockets and bits and pieces just welded together and a couple of wires, and you steer with your feet. Yeah, real contraption. There was a big group. There was 2 carloads of us. There were some bikers and a family and some young kids, and all us guys from the Enduro Tours Thailand. We all grouped up together at the back.
Getting our safety briefing in the Thai language, which none of us know.
We tried to get a jump start on Leon, but it didn't quite work. He yelled at us and made us all stop, so
Roll and start.
couldn't quite get the jump on old Austrian. But
I remember I took off and I'm just shouting out, I've got the whole shot. I'm in front of Chris Warwick, and I was so happy I was going to win something for the first time in 6 days. I don't know how he does it. We're both on stock standard out of the shop carts, and he's overtaken me on the outside.
Let me pass! Let me pass!
So I headed off first because I wanted everyone to try to catch me, but didn't work out too well.
We've gone around this corner and I see Dave parked in the ditch, and then about 5 metres down, oh, you crashed! Kate's just standing there holding her knee, and she did not look like, we were laughing until we saw Kate, and oh no, we put our heads down and got on with the race. It was kind of heavy.
So something put me off and went straight into the embankment, and took a bit of a divot out of the wall, but I was all right. But Kate in the back banged her knee up against the back of the seat, so she was very unimpressed.
You lost her!
He knows brake it, he just ride and bang, and
Kate's there crying, holding her knee.
That didn't look good at all.
Oh my God.
No, he's not good. No, he good riding, but he can't do driving.
So we got down into the straight, and I just remembered going, man, this is just awesome. You know, you've got this centre brake, and it just brings a log to the back. It was awesome. So yeah, we pinging it down there, and a bit rough on the kidneys.
Oh, viewers, I've just lost it on the straight. I don't know how I got it right.
But yeah, Edo got the whole shot. Chris was right next to him, and they were blocking the way, you know, for me. And I was just like, let's give it a try. Let's go around. Didn't touch the brake at all. So went around them, and from that point on, it was just like keeping the thing under control.
He was absolutely flying down the hill. I don't even think he used the brake at all.
I have to say props to Kate and David. They're just like awesome tour guides and making us a really good time today.
And viewers, the good times keep on rolling back on the bikes after this.
Yeah, and then we shot off again, more trail, superb, some water crossings, that always shakes it up a bit.
Whoa, nearly off.
The boys gave Ado a bath, they jumped him.
And so then I come to this creek and I go, oh, look, it's a lovely creek. I'm just going to cruise across this. And from nowhere, him and the crazy Austrian have come in and hit me, and Dad said it was like Pipeline Hawaii.
I thought, I'll play a bit of a trick here. I'll wait for the next sort of exit. I'll go and hide in the bushes a little bit, and then he'll go past, and as soon as he goes past, I'll duck back onto the trail, and I'll do it all over again. Scare the hell out of him. And so Ado comes flying around. Didn't see me. So I popped back out onto the trail. I just sort of ghosted him for a while, waiting for that good time to pass him.
Yeah, Chris went past Ado right at the exact moment, you know, at the perfect moment.
And I've just gone boom, and just a big tidal wave straight over him. And I was in the barrel virtually going across this river. It was awesome. And from then on, it was just river crossings.
Yeah, but I give it a blast as well. I got out on my own while the boys were playing around. Overcooked it on one bend.
It off. Nearly. Wow.
Nearly came off over the side, but managed to keep it on the track. And then we did a bit of road. So hit the blacktop, opened it up a bit, sort of, you know, really wind the bikes up.
Nice and twisty again. Super big downhills and super big uphills, twisty, all bitumen. Really, really fun. Really fun. The guys were having a ball from the beginning of the pack to the end of the pack.
Made our way up out of there and headed up to the hill tribes. I think it was the Car and Long Neck tribe.
So where we go is we've got to catch a little longboat across the river into their village.
It's a really cool place to go and visit. There's a little river there. They take you across in the boat.
I don't know what you'd call it, 20-foot Quintrex with about 6 mil each side before the water came in. That was pretty funny.
There's a nightmare. Somebody handing me a $4,000 camera to hold to go across a river in a boat that's got 3 inches freeboard on either side. Yeah, thanks for that.
And we went over there, and the locals were fantastic. The women had these massive coils around the necks and stuff. So we bought some stuff, bought some really cool scarves and stuff like that. And then we made our way back and hightailed it to where we are now in Paradise. That's my wrap for the day.
Starting.
Have a look at that, viewers. Absolutely ripping. This whole country of Thailand is one awesome motocross park.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Blokesworld. Just started our ride. Did some major bike maintenance. Gotta look this. Ah, perfect. Ah, look better than you. Check him out, Leon Scorsese.
AD's actually doing all right. I mean, you got to look at the positives. He hasn't crashed. He's saved a heap load of fuel. Really good for the economy. Really good for the greenhouse effect. He's really looking after the place.
Well, day 3 started off like any other day so far. Brilliant. Hang on.
So we're leaving, or we stayed last night in Mae Hong Son. So we got up this morning, had a nice breakfast at a cafe. So we get a good coffee and good meals because some of the hotels are not too crash hot on food. So we always go for something a little bit better.
Then we had to go to a bike shop and give the bikes a bit of love.
Those last 2 days we did some damage on the bikes, yeah, and yeah, you just get to that garage and they are just fixing everything there, and it's all busy and everything, and it's all going crossing and so much people, so much mechanics going around there, and it's just like next to the street, so it's all open and everything. You got to watch them fixing the bikes and everything. Chris was fixing his fan up, and he actually got it pretty quick. In the meantime, I was at 7-Eleven getting some super glue for my indicators.
Well, viewers, you might have noticed last episode, Leon's helmet cam, she was a bit wonky. But we've got MacGyver over here. Tell us what you've done, Leon.
Yeah, I just gotta grind some of these connection rods up to get the GoPro to the side. So all you gotta get is a Leatherman and some engineering skills. Now we're good to go.
ให้ตายลงไปซ้ำฉันด้วยพายุลมปาทุกรายกี่ร้อยคนเหยียบซ้ำให้ฉันหวั่นไหวสักคนเท่านั้นที่พร้อมจะเข้าใจแล้วก็เป็นเธอที่ไม่ทิ้งกันให้โดนยิงสักกี่ครั้งบอกเลยว่าฉันยังไหวพอแย่ลงครั้งใดฉันยังมีเธอ
And then we just head out of town, and then Dave recommended some of these trails, and then it was just all single trail into the forest. We're in the shade for most of the day, so we crossed some small bamboo bridges.
And of course, viewers, just like a bunch of ducks, once the guys found some water, they couldn't help themselves. Because nothing handles a river crossing like a rental. But you might be wondering, how come we haven't heard from Chris Warwick this episode? Well, here's just a short clip from his interview later that night.
Oh no, soaking wet, dude.
Yeah, but actually I was full of water in the boots and everything. Yeah, it's not kind of a problem here in Thailand because it's pretty hot and it's actually good. So we went straight on and went for a little stop for a coffee. We had an amazing view there over a big valley, and yeah, we're just taking videos and was just breathtaking view.
Just been hucking it through the jungle. It's stinking hot. Just dropped in to have a cold drink, or maybe a hot one if you're from England. A cup of Earl Grey. Can of Coke for the Australians.
Don't go away, viewers, because after the break, we roll down a hill in a really big ball. Tim the toe cutter shows the young guys how it's done on the bitumen, and we check out the Lod Cave. See you after this. Welcome to Blokesworld, Thailand, where the boys are back on the bitumen before battling bat poop beneath a big, natural cave.
It actually was more road riding today and not that a long day, because we were heading to Lod Caves and we were just chasing the lines and just ripping those bikes on the road again, and a little bit of sliding into the corners and getting rid of the knobs on the tires. I'm preferring those trails on the dirt and everything, of course, and Chris too. That's what we are all about. But you gotta keep it funny and everything, and it was no problem at all. So we did our weekly roads and just finding the apex and ripping those bikes around the corners. And yeah, Chris and I were heading off a bit, and filmed him at the back. He was pushing the limits again a little bit and trying to get rid of those chicken stripes on the tires. And we actually got to close them up, I guess. Then we headed on to a pretty high spot again. We stopped there, having a little bit of a break and a lookout. And yeah, it was a little bit of a pity that it was all smoky up there, but actually the view was still breathtaking and everything.
Yeah, it's a big problem in northern Thailand, slash and burn, especially as you get into the early, part of the year. So they've obviously harvested crops, and they just slash and burn everything. So there is a lot of haze. It's like smog almost. It can ruin the view, yeah. So on a clear day, it's absolutely spectacular. But yeah, it can be quite misty up there. It's still really nice. Still amazing to see.
And then we'll head into Lod Cave. Accommodation that's in tonight is in a national park where the cave is all situated. We're staying at 2 houses that are inside the park.
Gee, it's got no privacy, do you?
No, you don't get no privacy. Oh, Matt's trying to have a shower.
So we'll have a cave tour this afternoon, which will go for maybe 2 hours.
A really, really interesting natural cave network. I think it runs like over a kilometre. Absolutely phenomenal. Stalagmites, stalactites, lots of old fossils, including Ado, me and Russell. And it was batshit, and it looked like I thought it was in the Alien movie. All these like sort of weird glistening, and it was horrible. Alien shit. I don't know how you'd describe it. So yeah, we got covered in batshit.
แล้วจุดข้างหลังของเราจะเป็นหินลากฟันนะคะเนี่ยค่ะ
This look like a chief.
Chief?
Yeah. Chief, yeah.
Good.
Frog.
Frog, yes. This is a frog.
Yeah, the fox, yeah.
It looked like Shrek.
It's Shrek.
It looks like Papa Squares.
Man, this is like some kind of psychology test, and we're learning a whole lot about people.
It's like X-Plots, but with rocks.
That's right.
ระวังหัวด้วยนะคะ
Just to give you a bit of context, viewers, there's probably about 7,000 or 8,000 stairs just in front of us. You can't see them because it's dark. And this is where everyone pikes. And they're all staying at the bottom here where the boats are. Let's see who's got enough energy to get to the top.
Here we are, finally, at the centre of the earth, looking at the amazing Buddha-like statue that somehow reminds me of David's fat belly. Amazing.
That's it, don't move.
And viewers, while we follow our guide Lucky into the abyss, you're going for a commercial break. See you after this. Welcome back to Blokesworld, Thailand. We're going to get back to Lod Cave in a minute, but for now, here's the young guns, Leon and Chris, trying to keep up with Tim at home on the blacktop.
And if you look closely, David, you can see a crocodile. And what does that tell you? Crocodile Rock.
The scariest thing about this, all those steps in there and those man-made built ramps and everything, just you can reach all those spots. They looked pretty old, I guess, and they were all eaten up by ants or something. And but the good thing was the cave was full of bats, and all this bat poop was gluing together all those timber. It stank a lot, you know, and everything you touched, you got immediately full of bat poop.
We got on these canoes, bamboo canoes, and we sailed out of the cave network. I thought they were like piranha fish all around the boat.
Oh yeah, carp killer. God, imagine just coming down here.
You know it. Yeah, it took, 10 minutes on the boat to get out. Yeah, it was really good fun.
On the next stop, it just pretty much looked like Jumanji, I guess. You got out of a huge cave, like you're going to the middle of the earth and the center of the earth, you know, and coming out of of this huge cave. And it looked awesome. I was just stunned by all these visual impacts here. Really awesome. I'm pretty glad to go here, that I went here with you guys.
Wasn't a good idea wearing thongs.
And then after that, went for a bit of walk through the woods, finished up in a nice little restaurant. I had egg fried rice. I actually had chicken fried rice with an egg on top. I ordered first and everyone copied me. So I think we got 5 lots of that, and then someone ordered a pad thai. It was like a pad thai surprise. So it was like, I didn't order a f***ing omelette. It was like an omelette on my plate, but when you cut into it, it was all noodles. I think David must have ordered that one.
Sorry viewers, I know I should have cut that earlier. But anyway, taking us out for this episode, here's Leon's daily roadside bush bash.
Did about 10 k's or something, and I found a pretty nice trail on the side of the road, and I decided to go for it. I thought it will actually take some time for the others to come back, and yeah, I went up those trails and it just felt like 30 seconds or 1 minute or something. I was off the road, back down again, and was just waiting. Did some commentating on my GoPro, so let's wait for the others and when they are coming and everything. And yeah, and I waited like 5 minutes there. I was like, wow, that's not possible at all, you know, and I went straight on. Yeah, and actually I was waiting at the start of the village there. And you came into it, and I was waiting for 20-25 minutes, I guess, or something. And then I was picking up the phone and actually wanted to start Google Maps to do it on my own, just to find any way to Lod Caves, and I didn't actually know where the homestay is. So at the exact moment I went for the Google Maps and everything, Dave came in and took me. Sorry for that.
Oh mate, you're all right. No, Blokesworld's like the Marines. We don't leave a man behind. G'day viewers, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Blokesworld. And this episode is proudly brought to you by Nappy Sand. Check it out. Oh look, actually you changed all your gear. I'm the only manky one. But today is day 4 of our ride, and we're heading up to check out a Huey. Tell us what's happening today, Dave.
We're going to do a short ride for about 50 k's to the Huey today. Yep. Then we've probably got another 100 back into Pai.
Excellent. Now Pai is probably the biggest town we'll see besides Chiang Mai on this ride, huh?
Yes, it'll be the biggest town. We've got plenty of walking streets.
Yep.
So it's very populated because it's so close to Chiang Mai.
Yeah. Awesome. Can't wait for this. But anyway, enough of the big talk. We've got so much to put in this episode. Let's start the bikes and the episode. Enjoy. Starting. It's just like my surfing. I've surfed for a long time, but I wouldn't go surf 30-foot pipeline with my mates. And that's exactly what today was in dirt bike terms.
Okay, just arrived back after day, I don't even know what day it is. 4.
Yeah, day 4. Another absolutely superb run, 130 clicks off, mostly off-road.
Well, this morning we took off from the Lod Cave and didn't have much places to stop today, so we had to load up. We got a few snacks. Most of the boys did the same, grabbed a heap of snacks, and then we set off for the day. We basically, this is probably the biggest day off-road for all of us, definitely, by far. Basically, we only probably did about 5 or 10 minutes of bitumen, and then we were off-road probably 98% of the day, so it was really, really fun. Boys are pretty tired now.
It's an intermediate ride. It's not like for a very basic beginner. You'd need to be some sort of intermediate. So it'll be challenging at some points, but it's pretty dry. So we shouldn't have any issues with any of us not getting up there.
Pretty nice enduro today, I have to say. There were pretty gnarly tracks up there, and we were heading to a chopper. It's a crash chopper on the mountain, and yeah, actually it was kind of 20 k's to that chopper, but it took a long time.
Here comes Leon, he's having a ball. Some good rutted single today, to start off with. He's going the hard way. He's eating it for breakfast.
The trails there were pretty washed out of the rainwater, and just all the roots came out from the trees, and there were pretty big holes. You had to watch out really good, because you get jammed up in there and you can't get outside of those rods anymore, you know, and you just fall down, like not like holes like 1 meter. There are actually holes 3 meters deep and something. And yeah, it was kind of fun to ride in there. Yeah, and of course it was fun to watch all the other riders trying to cope with those technical steps and everything. And yeah, Chris and me, we were having lots of fun going on a bit, and then finding some difficult trails and going for the hard trails.
But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. We did probably about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, really nice, just single track. Sweeping and swerving through some nice pine forest top.
So what happened there? Hit neutral, hit the horn, hit the hangers.
We caught 8-0 napping probably at least 4 times.
8-0. Crashed.
We got it all on footage. It's excellent. He did really well the first one, but as soon as he dropped the bike the first time, he sort of hit a brick wall. He fell over the next 20 metres up.
What's wrong with me today?
You're in a rut.
And I struggling a bit. Had a big night last night and struggling a little bit. And then I'm thinking, oh yeah, got this dialed in. And then Dave stops and goes, right, this is where it gets hard. And I just went, well, what was that?
Oh, here he goes. Hado's on a roll.
Nice. Now we're talking.
Yoo-hoo! That's the way you do it. Check that out.
All right, we're back with more Blokesworld after these messages. What do you reckon? Not a bad show, eh?
Welcome back to Blokesworld in Thailand. We're heading north through the bush to the town of Pai, and you're riding with Leon Strasser, the crazy Austrian.
I did lead the 2 guns for a while. Every now and then you just want to let go and you go nuts. So, you take the chance that you're going to lose a bit of bark. Yeah, so they're incentive to me, because when they took off behind me, I sort of said to myself, I said, self, well, this is not going to be pretty, but I give it a fair go, and yeah, they paid a compliment, so it pleased me.
You're flying, Russ.
Hey?
You're flying on that track.
Yeah. I let go.
With your bike, yeah.
I let go every now and then.
We got through some forest sections, so you get the tree roots, you get the washed out ravines, some really gnarly stuff. Yeah, it's quite sketchy, but I've been through there about 5 or 6 times, so I know what to expect. So I tend to ride within my limit, you know.
I cross-rided on that log and I'm
Yeah, what is Chris doing? Oh, that is doing. Wow!
and it just went.
I had 7 crashes today, so that's a new record for me. And I'm driving along thinking, you know what, I'm finally going to take out a title on this tour. Best crash. And from nowhere, Chris Warwick has just come in. We're on this trail, and Chris Warwick and Leon were doing an Erzberg line. And he came flying down in front of me. His back wheel just hit a rock, and he just flew into this log.
Oh.
And it was like a log that was laying on the ground that had all these branches cut off, and his head just went bang in between these 2 branches.
Oh, I know, that was a big hit. That was a big hit. Oh, his arms. You right? Oh, you hit it hard, all right? You all right?
Yeah, I'm right. It happens when I'm showing off.
And so that kind of was a bit of a wake-up call. So then we got back on the bikes, and then all of a sudden, from going from real tacky, it was real nice and tacky, it went into this real, it's virtually like concrete. This clay, it was just concrete, and it had like gravel that was like kind of like ball bearings. All you had to do was just touch your front brake and the whole bike would just completely wash out on you. So I came flying around this one corner, you know, what you probably won't see on the GoPro because it was facing me, but to your right was a good 200-metre drop down this cliff. And so I was doing everything to stay on this side, and I came flying around this corner, you know, and just, I don't know what happened. I think I was just a bit dehydrated and a bit foggy in the head and just took a really bad line, and then just had a panic moment and just pulled the front brake, and the front tyre just started just sliding, and I leant over, and as it slid I just went straight into the embankment, cracked my head on the wall, and kind of just laid there for a bit because I just couldn't believe how full on it was. And then from nowhere, Dave's come up and picked me up and stuff, and I'm so glad he did, because if I laid there anymore, there were cars. There were just cars coming through there, and so it was great going on these tours because you've got a lead guy, you've got a point guy, you've got guys that are, you know, from different skill levels scattered throughout the pack, which is great because I need them around me.
And we moseyed on up to the famous chopper, the crashed Huey helicopter, which, according to David, crashed in 2009, but by my reckoning, it was 2011, so we'll confirm that later and he can buy the beer.
Well, I don't want to get in the way of anyone's beer, but I reckon Dave might have done his research because he's sent us this footage of the actual crash. And it's not really a crash, it's more of a hard landing.
It's sort of intact, but there's lots of people been scavenging off it and taking bits and pieces as souvenirs.
It's really cool just to see, you know, how many people have visited. You know, a lot of people have etched their names into it, and a couple of cool stickers on there from tour groups. Definitely something I won't forget.
And the boys are behind me now taking parts off for souvenirs. Man, it's absolutely awesome. Anyway, right now let's cut in and see what Camera 3's up to.
Here as the support team has pulled into Pi, a bit ahead of the bikes. They're out there checking out helicopters and stuff. So we thought we'd come and have a late afternoon, bit of stir fry. Check this out. I've been out in the countryside with Kate, been filming some landscape shots, like this one, and this one, and this one, and nearly lost the drone. That's all right, not meant to have it anyway here in Thailand.
3, 1, 2. 3, 1, 2, and we'll be right back after this outbreak of verbal diarrhea. Happy days, Alan.
Blokesworld in Thailand. We're here riding through the north of the country with a ripping little tour company called Enduro Tours Thailand. accept no substitutes, because apart from knowing all of the bush trails like the back of their hands, they can also show you cool stuff before and after your ride. And for us, that included a local Muay Thai tournament in Chiang Mai.
You know what? I'd like to tell you where we're going, but the first rule is I can't talk about it.
No, you can't.
You can't talk about it.
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 That's the first rule.
มันผิดไหมที่ยังรักฉันรักบางคนที่เคยทำร้ายกันทั้งที่ฉันเองอยากลืมมันไปไม่มีอะไรควรจำทั้งที่เรื่องราวของเรานั้นมันจบแล้วเธอจาก
Yeah, I called it, viewers. Red one. Just won myself $30. Might lay on another bet. Man, these girls, they can blue. Come on, love. Smack her in the head. The little chick in the red one, I'm not 2 fights. Why can't I do this with the horses? I'm up about $80.
And then, after a few more bouts, they got 5 young guys and put them in the ring, blindfolded, and they just started laying into each other.
This is the best thing I've ever seen. There's 5 guys in the ring, they're all blindfolded. They're all blindfolded, they've got nothing. Just walking around. And the poor ref keeps getting smashed.
อย่าเพึ่งท้ออย่าเพึ่งกลัวจับมือกันไว้เราจะก้าวไปด้วยกันหยุดทำร้ายตัวเองอย่าซ้ำอย่าเติมชีวิตให้พังเราต้องออกไปหันหน้าสู้กับมันออกไป
Ah, stay classy, Chiang Mai. But anyway, now let's get back on the bikes and see what the boys are up to as they head in to the town of Pai.
After the Huey, we got to move on up the trail, and one point there, it was probably about 20 minutes in, I lost the front end, and I didn't crash, luckily, but I completely lost the front end, and I was like, I wasn't overdoing it, I wasn't out riding the bike like I have been probably the past 3 or 4 crashes or near misses, but yeah, I lost the front end and I was like, whoa, that's probably going to catch a few people out, you know, that's something that was out of my control. I managed to catch it and keep going down the trail, move on, and then we got to the next little waiting stop, and Dave's got the first aid kit out. Ado's got his sleeve half rolled up, so we're like, oh no, what's he done now? It wasn't over yet, we still had a fair bit to go, so I was a bit worried for Ado. He was just looking a bit worse for wear, and I was starting to feel my head started throbbing because I've hit my head pretty hard in my crash. It was probably another 15 Ks, I reckon, of off-roads.
And so then, yeah, we just cruised through there, made it back down that hill, and then thank God we made it into town.
I had a lot of close calls, of course, a lot of near misses, and a lot of those moments you're just getting weak again. But I'm very lucky till now. Kind of embarrassing because on the second day I said, you aren't riding when you aren't crashing, you know? So I gotta start riding now, I guess.
Don't go anywhere, viewers, because after the break, the boys finally hit the town of Pai. G'day and welcome back to Blokesworld. We're at the end of day 4 of our 5-day dirt bike tour with Enduro Tours Thailand. The tour started in the city of Chiang Mai, and today the guys are rolling into the second largest town we'll visit, Pai.
Yeah, so we just arrived to our digs and we are the walking dead. Dead set, I need a Zimmer frame. And it's not getting any prettier as the hours go on. But we're about to do a Logie shoot, so I've got to be quiet.
So we're into Pai, we out of the mountains, and we might be only 5 kilometres out. But as we're riding through, you get to see all the rice fields. Lots of residential homes are there as well. A good kilometre or so would be rice fields that you get to see. Bit green today, so it was all good. And lots of apartments, holiday homes, all sorts of guest houses, bed and breakfasts. So we're very close to town. We get to see the main river next to town. We go over the bridge and then we're straight into like walking street. But that doesn't get closed until 7, 8 o'clock at night, and then all the pedestrians pretty much take over.
It's probably the most popular tourist destination outside of Chiang Mai. We're actually located in the Pai Valley. We're surrounded by mountains. It's on the Mae Hong Son Pai loop from Chiang Mai, so there's a lot of bikers coming through this place. Great restaurants, great nightlife, and a really good night market with food stalls.
But it's been a long day. Today's been easily our biggest day of riding. You know, I pulled up and I said to Russell, come on man, we got to go do some drone shots. And he went, how many? And I said, oh no, this won't take long. So we bumped into you, camera 3, and you got the drone up and we were doing a couple of passes. And then I said to Russell, come on man, we just got this bridge shot of us driving into town and it'll look brilliant. He'll go, yeah, okay, but we're not doing the one coming back.
I think camera 3 just diagnosed me with dehydration and everything else and heat stroke, so I'm not 100% at the moment, but I'll come good as soon as somebody shows me beer. I've done it a couple of times in the wet and the dry, and when it's like that, it's pretty hard work. It's not easy. Some parts, you can ride all day in some of the tracks we go on, but then you hit days like this and you know you've done it at the end of the day. Even the guns, they were down a couple of times. It was fairly gnarly stuff to climb through, but it was cool. I had a bit of a go up front for a while because I was eating dust for so long, so up the back.
He was, what he was like? He was like when you go around a horse and the horse can just plod around all day. And as soon as that horse knows that the ride's over and sees the stables, bang, it's gone. So he was back in here, showered, manicured, and ready for a photo shoot while we were all pulling up. So it's been a big day for all of us, Everyone ate it today. I think Leon was probably the only one who didn't eat it. But man, it was sketchy. It was so sketchy. And after my off, I halved my speed. I cracked my glasses. So that was another thing. I rode blind for about 4 hours. But it's just great to get back to the hotel. Just had a shower and left a ring around the floor. And now we're just going to sit down, chill out, have some beers and wait for the bruises to come up.
Yes, apart from that, just a good day. I think the young blokes had a really good day today. They got to stretch their legs and stretch everything and have a good time.
Yeah, the trail's absolutely awesome. The single was incredible. Me and Leon played around for a good hour or so, had a bit of a play around and just let the boys catch their breath. Me and Leon sort of went on a bit of a trek for ourselves and found some nice singles up and down hills. And
oh, this is so much fun. Yeah.
G'day viewers and welcome to Blokesworld in Thailand. It's the final day of our 5-day dirt bike tour across the north of the country with Enduro Tours Thailand. In this episode, we head from the tourist town of Pai right back to where we started, the city of Chiang Mai. And if you've been watching this series, you'll know that the guys have had the throttle pegged the whole way with absolutely no regard for their own safety or for their bikes. It's been 5 days of dirt, blood, petrol, sweat, beer and noodles, and it's been a trip that Ado especially will be glad to survive. But it's not over yet. There's a full day of riding ahead, and on the way we'll also find time for a spot of fishing as well, catching some absolute monsters. So enjoy this, you're watching Blokesworld.
As you can see, we're a bit sad today because today is our last day on the bikes. We're on our way back to Chiang Mai. We're in the beautiful town of Pai. Dave, isn't this a fantastic town?
Yeah, it's a great resort, so we've got plenty of things to do and see. So we've got a great day ahead of us to Chiang Mai.
So Russ, they don't have footpaths here in Pai.
No, they use them to have coffee.
I had some massive crashes the day before. It's very unprofessional. Can I show the viewers my bruise? I never dropped my pants on this show before, but this is what happens when you fall down at full speed.
Day 5, we'll head out to ride past a memorial bridge. We'll do about 20 k's on some twisty roads before we head into the forest. And then we can either do some basic trails or we can do some single lines. So there's lots of variations we can do, and we'll do about 150 kilometres today.
But it was going to be a casual day as far as we were aware of, but Dave did say we could go the high road or the low road, which happened to be the hard road or the easy road. Pretty sure he took us the hard road. A little one-liner hanging off the side of cliffs, really cool. It was good fun. The thing is with those one-liners, they're always on the side of a cliff, you know. You're looking down or looking up, there's nowhere else. Make a mistake, you go for a wander down the side of a cliff somewhere, so it makes the heart rush a bit. Two young blokes, Leon and Chris, they loved it. We stopped to check directions or wait for somebody and they're gone. They're up the side of a cliff face. They're like billy goats, those people, they're amazing.
It hurt. Ow.
When we basically started the day riding, I couldn't get up on the pegs. I was in that much pain.
Here's Ado, riding like a geriatric cripple. Ha ha! Woohoo! Come on Ado, change gear.
And in about 15 minutes into the ride, I was really wishing it was a 4-day ride, not a 5-day ride. And once again, Dave took us through these really snotty hills. I mean, I've ridden Cambodia a couple of times, and Cambodia is the sort of country you could throw a boomerang and it's going to come back. It's just a big flat zone, you know, and I've never had my ears pop so much. I mean, the entire ride that we did was always either going down a hill and about 10 metres of flat, then straight back up a snotty hill.
It was about time to have my first crash, and there we go. I crashed it up a jump. You know, I wanted to jump up there, and yeah, I had a few goes on the bike. The ground clearance wasn't quite enough on that bike. So yeah, the back wheel popped out, and it was a solid Superman, I would say. I would have gotten 1 point for the style, but it was a straight 10 for effort.
Oh, bit of a rut there. Put the foot down. Change gears. Oh. Bit of a jump. Oh.
We ride on all scooter trails. So the trail or the track that the scooter leaves is fairly narrow. So our off-road tyre becomes a bit sketchy and all over the place. And when you've got a fence next to you as well as the trail and the drop-off, it gets a bit nerve-wracking.
Me and Leon are really pushing the limits of these little Hondas. They're probably not used to going this fast. And they're definitely not designed for it. So you've really got to, oh, there goes the stand. The stand cuts the motor if it comes down. So you've got to flick it back up with your foot and try not to hit any obstacles in the run at the same time. Oh, a bit of campfire practice.
Just come across this mud section, found some locals. I'm not sure if they're excited or a bit disappointed in us. Me and Leon are just trumped it straight through the middle. Just waiting for the boys to come through, should be pretty exciting. Here we go, he's getting close. I can hear him, he's on the gas. Ado is on it. Listen to that pipe, he's on the pipe. Here he comes. Woo! Yeah! What's your score, Leon?
I would say I would give it a solid 7.
I'm giving it a 7 as well, mate. You read my mind. 7 it is.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
And we'll
gotta give Ado some knuckles here.
And
a good one.
We'll see you guys right after this commercial break. Blokesworld. Woo!
Welcome back to Blokesworld, and it's the final day of our 5-day dirt bike adventure ride. As we head back to where it all began, Chiang Mai in northern Thailand.
The last day was really good. We were just straight into the trails, so that was really good. A full-on day, just all trails. Like it was up and down mountains, up and down hills, through villages, 4-drive, singles, a bit of everything. It was really, really fun. It was a long day, but really fun.
A bit hairy.
Chris and me were having loads of fun. One time there was one spot we headed into another direction while we were waiting for Ado and the rest, and we found some gnarly downhill roads, single trails downhill. It wasn't actually a trail. I think those are like pathways for animals. Maybe we have them in Austria. I don't know how they happen to be here, and it was kind of sketchy and scary for me, because when you have to go downhill at first, you never know if you can make it up again, or is there space to catch up some speed for those uphills and everything. And you're on board. Leon's helmet cam again. Chris is going for some nice trails, and I'm actually not quite sure if this is a good thing going down there.
Off camera log. Got me. Chris and Leon's extreme adventures. Day 5.
Yeah, it was like 20 meters drop or something. Good. He got into real trouble because there were all tree branches and logs in the way and everything. Pretty big ones actually. Yeah, I went down to help him carry down the bike. Then he switched around. We were seeking for some trails, any chance to get there up again. And yeah, but he did a good job. He's a great enduro rider, so he just knows how to ride these bikes and how to build up traction. Yeah, I gave him a hand, not more than once, and that's the actual hardest thing about extreme enduro riding, when you have to pull up somebody. He would have maybe made it without my help, but I was there anyway to film him, so I gave him a hand, pulled him up and everything, and it worked pretty well. But it was quite exhausting for me.
Made it up! Woo! Thanks, Leon!
And I'm the one with the hangover.
Legend!
Yeah, and then from then on we went again on some normal trails, found a really nice river crossing, and we did some river shots in there and went for some technical trail riding between the stones and everything, and it was all wet and sandy and a mix between stones, sand, water and everything. It was actual fun to get some feeling of the bike between the stones, yeah, and we did a lot of shots there, quite exhausting.
Now here we are, check out this view. We're about to go to a commercial break. We'll see you real soon, but look at this. This is why you get on a plane. Look at that. Ah, Dave, I can't tell you how much fun we're having. If anyone wants to get in contact with you, what's the best way?
Via the website, EnduroToursThailand.com.
Awesome. Is it all right with you if we go to commercial break?
By all means, go to a commercial break.
Welcome back to Blokesworld, and as part of our dirt bike adventure in northern Thailand, we checked out one of the fishing parks in the city of Chiang Mai. These lakes are absolutely packed with Mekong catfish, which is great for guys like us who couldn't catch a fish to save our lives. But lucky for us, they give you all the gear you need, plus a guide who's happy to help you out and do all the dirty work. Can you tell me, what are we using for bait?
Bread mix.
Bread mix.
Rice, corn, peanut, sweet cake, coconut milk.
All right, and it's not a secret. Everybody knows now.
Yeah. Fish love it.
A bit better than squid.
And we can make sandwiches too.
Yeah.
Now this place had a guarantee, catch a fish or your money back. So needless to say, it took about 10 seconds after the first cast for someone to get a bite.
Oh yeah, we are on like donkey. Not too much, not too much.
It's a monster.
Your rod's playing Thai music.
Oh yeah! All right, so it's 1-0. Just pulled in this thing. What a donkey.
Thoughts about Ado's performance here, Chris Warwick?
I was hoping he wouldn't get the first one because now he's going to brag all day, but...
Yeah, no, you got
Check that out. Very first catfish.
Quick,
quick.
This is actual hard work here.
Is that enough slack?
Ah, here we go.
You got it?
Look at that, she had to step back to fit it in.
Yeah.
That was a fish, not you, right?
Yeah, it's always the fish. Well, we're on. It's taken a few minutes longer than what I've perceived, but...
Word on the street is you've saved the best till last. Any estimates for the weight?
Well, it's gone right the other side of the bloody swamp.
Well, we're 5 minutes into Chris Warwick's catch, and I think maybe we should have brought a cut lunch with us.
Yeah, we're gonna get my water here because we are doing a round.
That's right, we're about half a
the
kilometre
lake.
up from where we started.
We're lapping the lake now.
Yeah, that was mine.
Going.
Oh, Leon has abandoned Chris Warwick.
I'll get your net for you, mate.
Jeez, that's where the loyalty ends. It's all happening here, viewers. We've got 3 fish on, 1 net. And it looks like David's first. Oh, there he is.
That's a big one. Whoa.
Just prove that there's more than 3
Nice.
Yeah, the average one.
The sun's sinking lower on the horizon. The torrent has slowed to a trickle, but Ado's hooked one that he thinks might be, how much did you say?
170.
170 mils long. You heard it here first, folks.
He's got some stick. It might not be a V8, it could be a rotary.
Check that out.
Hey? Mwah.
This is now the biggest. Wow, yeah.
Fish.
Oh, man. That's how new fish are made. Viewers, for as long as any of us can remember, Chris Warwick's been fighting this fish here. Everyone's had 2 or 3 in the meantime. You want to be a big one to make it count.
I'm getting it in close, but then she just runs away.
Yeah, I don't think you're factoring in the opportunity cost here.
Come on, it's only a half an hour show. Got a half an hour TV show here. It's taking 40 minutes to land this puppy.
Come on.
Oh, Jesus! Oh! Chris Warwick! Yeah! That is worth 3! Oh, that's 3 fishes! Oh!
Stonker. Took me about 2 hours, but I got her in finally. Ado got her with the net. That's the biggest fish of the day. I'm pretty happy.
All right, the current score is Dave 4, Ado 3, the Austrian 3, and Chris Warwick's just jumped in with a donkey.
Well, viewers, we're rapidly approaching double digits, and I think we're at a point now where it's not about the numbers, it's about the size.
It's a weight game.
Yeah, it's a weight game. That puts Chris Warwick firmly in the lead.
Yeah. You say weight gain or weight game?
Game.
Oh, I'm not leading then.
Chris has come up the other side. Thought maybe he might know something the rest of us don't. Then again, the fact that everyone except him has a fish on tells a different story. Comments?
No fish down that end, so I've changed to the opposite direction. Seems to be hookups going on all over the shop over here, so.
Well, he didn't find any more fish up there, but he did take out the prize for the biggest fish caught on camera. Stay tuned for more Blokesworld after this. It's the final leg of the Blokesworld Northern Thailand dirt bike tour. The boys are all nursing either bruises or hangovers as they make their way down from the hills into the city of Chiang Mai.
วงจรชีวิตคนเราจะลองได้ทำตามใจในเมืองประชาธิปไตยก็มีสิทธิ์ทำอะไรมันมากตายยิ่งคิดว่าเสียงยิ่งเร้าใจกูจะเหลือจนสุดชีวิตเพราะว่ามีสิทธิ์ทำ
And yeah, then we went on for some shots on the road. In one corner, I tried to slide out my back wheel a bit for some cool footage. Yeah, and actually, I don't like 4-strokes, and because it happens to me that they all blop out. Yeah, it actually happened in this case. I was sliding back out the back wheel, it popped out, the engine was cut off. And yeah, the back wheel just blocked and had my second crash there. It was not a major crash, I had just a slide out and the motorbike was sliding around, but it was no harm, you know, no damage to the motorbikes, and so everything went well.
As you can see, Ado is absolutely on the gas today. He's really on it. Look, he's on the pegs, really smooth around the corners. He's not leaving that indicator on, which is good. That'll slow you down. Full gas through the creek. He is on fire. Check him out. Struggling to keep up.
So I'm riding along this hill, trying to concentrate as much as I can, and all I can hear is this Ado. He's only got one ball.
Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea.
And I'm trying to concentrate on getting this dirt bike and surviving this ride, and I've got him behind me singing the entire way. It was just doing my head in. But thank God we made it out, and you know, like my dad's always said to me, you know, if you want to be good at something, surround yourself with people that are better than you. And that's exactly what this ride is. It's exactly what Blokesworld is since you've come on board. And it's exactly the same as riding with these guys, you know. You go out there and you ride and work with people that are better than you, and you get better. And seriously, I have gotten such better as a rider on this trip than before when I came here.
As we enter into Chiang Mai, the traffic starts to build up as we're into the city. So we got to sort of group up so we don't lose anyone in amongst all the traffic.
The guy we rented off the bikes off has been following us on Instagram, which I didn't know, and we destroyed like 3 of those bikes. So what we did, as soon as we rocked in, we put the microphone in front of him and we did this big interview, and he kind of looked at the bikes and went, "I just put them away, it's okay." You know, you rented us these fantastic Honda CRFs. Great bike, aren't they, for Thailand? Thank you. Perfect bike.
And by the look of it, Ado's completely given up. He's outsourcing his fishing.
I've got auto wine.
And once again, we're in a situation where we've got 3 fish on the hook, and then we've got Dangle's Warwick over here, just dangling. Well, it's not so big that he can't still post on Instagram while he's really...
Oh, yeah. You gotta get your priorities right. If it ain't on social media, it didn't happen.